Yeah, I love that. And I guess there's an element of accountability that's just so powerful. So powerful. What's interesting, I think, is probably for people listening as well, is that people might not think that their symptoms, health related symptoms, are food related. Maybe some people have tried and thought about it, but didn't work, still having the IBS, still having the pain and ache, still kind of difficult to move and exercise as they used to be. So it's interesting. How is that connection? Why is it connected to food?
It's really interesting, isn't it? I didn't know for 15 years that the aches and pains that I was experiencing were to do with food. So I was in my late 30s, early 40s, and feeling so stiff and achy that sometimes I couldn't even come down the stairs effortlessly in the morning. I would have to kind of crawl down the stairs, 2 feet on the same stair. Oh, ache, oh, stiff. Doing a lot of yoga, but the stiffness would go for a moment, but then it would be back. And I asked everybody, what is this? Nobody could tell me what it was. Now I know what it is. It's chronic inflammation caused by eating the wrong foods. So there are so many foods that we think are completely normal that humans were not designed to eat. And we're eating these day after day after day, and the effect is building up in the body. So chronic inflammation. If you've ever had tight rings after, maybe eating a pizza or some dessert or something, you think, oh, my rings are tight. Notice what causes that. Very often it's sugar. Very often it's refined flour. Some people it can be dairy, but there are triggers and everybody's different. So inflammation is the one big thing that causes the joint pain, the stiffness. It can also cause gut ill health. But there's another couple of factors as well that, apart from inflammation. And a big one is blood sugar, stable blood sugars. When we're eating these refined sugars, refined starches, I'm sure everybody will know now that you get a spike in your blood sugar. And when you get that spike in your blood sugar, the body has to deal with it. So it releases insulin, which brings the blood sugar back down. With the modern way we're eating, all these highly processed, highly refined carbs, that spike is quite erratic and the low can be lower than normal. So you get this kind of fatigue and you get this erratic blood sugar control. Well, that takes its toll on the body as well. That can actually lead to issues with mood, imbalanced hormones, and it can trigger all kinds of symptoms. So getting on top of stabilizing your blood sugars is absolutely key. And that's something we do early on in the program. And the third big way, well, there are four really. The third one is nourishing the gut microbiome. We're starting to hear more and more now, aren't we, that the gut microbiome is responsible for all health, including mental well-being. So it's so important to feed the gut with good healthy foods, a lot of plant-based foods. And when we're doing that, the gut microbiome can thrive and can support our health holistically. And the fourth one there that people often don't think about, especially when we're dieting or we're off a diet, is what nutrients are you feeding your body? The body has a nutritional requirement of so many different amino acids and vitamins and minerals and a whole host of nutrients that it requires to thrive. Now, if you look at the natural human diet, we would be getting all those nutrients from our diet, just from our environment. But we've come so far from eating in this natural human way that we've kind of lost touch with what nutrients does our body need. And then we end up taking all these supplements because we've got deficiencies. So then you end up with a culture of supplementing. But actually, what's needed is go back to the real food, which meets all our nutritional requirements naturally. And when we do that, and when we address those four sort of physiological requirements, that's when we feel optimal energy, optimal health, symptoms start to disappear, and weight releases as a natural side effect.